All right, boys and girls. So here are some of the things that we saw in slide 1. So we want to have those adjectives. And adjectives could be color, things that relate to our senses, or the adjective pairs, putting more than one adjective together. And then we have those vivid verbs. And then we also had noun-verb pairs. And so what we want to think of with noun-verb pairs is that those two, the noun and the verb go together. So the storm flashing. So those kind of shorter sentences, but a noun and a verb that really make a pair together. Like you think about one, you can't think about one without the other. We want to maybe have a sequential detail. That was the one that was related to the moss to the tree. Any figurative language, like the sun bathing. So I pulled out another book. This one is the Exploding Ants book, Amazing Facts About How Animals Adapt. And I was going to turn to this page about the ball of bones. I'm trying to get it close. Okay, ball of bones. Every evening before it goes off to hunt, an owl spits up a few balls of fur and bones. The balls, or pellets, are what's left of the owl's last meal. An owl preys on small animals such as mice, moles, shrews, birds, and insects. When the feathered predator captures its prey, it doesn't take its time to kill its victim and then pick out the fleshy, nutritious parts. It simply swallows the animal whole. Then the owl digests all the soft stuff, the muscles and organs. The rest, the fur, feathers, teeth, and bones, are waste. The owl gets rid of these by regurgitating a pellet. Owls normally spit up 2 pellets a day. Over time, the pellets pile up and form large heaps under the owl's nesting or resting site. By examining these pellets, scientists can learn all about an owl's diet. A pellet of a barn owl, for example, usually consists entirely of skeletons of 2 or 3 mammals, lots of fur, and insect parts. That means that a barn owl gulps down around 6 small mammals a day. 6 small mammals at 2 to 6 ounces each seems like a meal. Why put it down like this? I can't read it. Sorry, my bad. Sounds like a meal for a bird that weighs less. That's a lot of meat. Sorry, for a bird that weighs less than 1 pound. The 12-ounce owl, however, doesn't get fat off the feast. Most of its food is just fur and bones that gets chucked up as round pellets. So I definitely heard some verbs in there. Regurgitated, chucked up. I definitely saw some sequence, like the animals that they eat. The roosting or resting spot. The word pellet is pretty specific to this text. There were a lot of like facts in there. Like you could observe, if you went to a barn and observed the owl pellets, you could do that. But I love how they put in that numerical information as well. That's not really imagery, but it kind of gives you a sense of like the mound of pellets that would be under there. The getting fat on the feast, you kind of think about like Thanksgiving dinner for us compared to what an owl is eating. Okay. I'm going to stop this one. I'm going to grab another book.